win later on. Open the door! Senorita. Interviews in 20 minutes. Come on.
Why did you choose a catamaran world? And not just any catamaran, but a 20-year-old one.
How do you like me now? Fine. You want down? I'll get you down. Now, if that was just our bounce, chicka, wow, wow.
Delikado mga yan. Dangerous. Kasabay mo.
What happened? I had bomb? Ano yan?
All the island and all the Philippines and this French fruit has got to land on mine. And in case you have noticed, there's no Prozac on this island!
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Conana. Tonight's topic is filmmaking in the Philippines. And joining us still is director, producer, actor, and novelist, Puting Pinoy, Santiago Santi Larrauri. Santi, welcome back to our third and final segment.
Thank you again.
Nice to have you here. Okay, that video we saw
Yeah.
a few moments ago was a teaser
Yeah.
of your
First
Third Eye
movie,
Productions.
yeah. For Third Eye, our first project for Third Eye Productions.
Your first project, full-length feature.
Full-length feature, yeah.
And it's called Isla.
Yeah.
Now, what is it about? Looks very interesting and intriguing.
We set it in Typhoon Haiyan, 2013. It's a man who was circumnavigating the world using a Hobie cat, and everybody told him he couldn't do it. And when he was about to finish it already, he gets caught by Typhoon Haiyan. And he gets wiped off, marooned into this island who only has one inhabitant, Mara Lopez Yokohama.
What a lucky guy.
What a lucky guy. So we think. But it actually shows a lot of the cultural differences between the Filipinos and foreigners, and especially hers, because she was isolated, so it's really a struggle, not just to fall in love, but even just to understand each other. And I think it brings a very big international concept, how we're supposed to live as a society in a world with differences.
Yeah.
And it really brings it out. They argue, they fight, and eventually they group up together to fight off problems.
Okay, I thought.
I can't say what the problems are yet, but yeah.
All right. Now, interesting. Is this a comedy? Is it a romantic?
It's a romantic
thing?
comedy.
Yeah.
It's a romantic comedy. It has some action involved in it. So yeah, again, a group effort. We had a local and international crew and cast for this. But again, it's a Filipino movie.
Now, okay, this is the first full-length feature film that your outfit, Third Eye Productions, is
Yeah.
coming out with.
Yeah.
Who else are involved here?
Ooh. How much time do you have?
Oh, no.
A lot. We have Tan Bovard. He's
All
a
right.
newcomer. We introduced him into this film. He's very talented, natural actor. We used him in really small projects as a casting company because Third Eye Productions actually does casting as well. And we realized, hey, this guy can act. And we brought him in. Mara, obviously, she's an excellent actress. James Monsoon, we've watched him in a few other projects prior to this, and we thought, hey, this guy can fit. I mean, he had the character, he knew how to get the depth. And on the first reading alone, we already knew, he's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but okay, the lead female or a female role is, as you
Mara,
mentioned,
yeah.
Mara Yokohama Lopez or Lopez Yokohama.
Yeah.
And her mother is Maria Isabel Lopez,
Who also did Isla, the first one.
who did the first Isla.
Yeah, exactly. That was sheer coincidence,
Really?
mind you. I
Really?
only found out during the shooting that my crew was telling me, boss, yung nanay niya. Yan yung gumawa ng unang isla. I was
Although
like,
a different genre altogether.
completely different genre altogether.
Okay.
Now, we touch on that relationship between the man and woman, but we don't show anything. It was
Yeah.
really meant to be well, semi-family friendly movie.
Why did you cast Mara? I mean, yeah.
She's fantastic. I mean, you give her the script, you make her open her mouth, and the character's there. She arrived on set without me even telling her. She already had an accent.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
accent of somebody that would have had
Wow.
an accent
Wow.
being marooned on an island. And the way she was talking, and I was like, yeah, she did her homework.
I mean, because a lot of people don't really know the side of Mara. I mean, not initially, because she's more famous. I mean, as a surfer, and she comes out in she comes out
Jiu-jitsu.
and then she comes out in some magazines, and a lot of people like her. A lot of guys
Yeah.
have crushes on her, but few people know that she really is this intense actress.
Yeah, she is.
That comes out in films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she proves it here. One look here. Because here we really gave her the range. She said, let it go. I mean, sky's the limit. I'm not going to limit you. And boy, she really let it go.
No, I mean, we could see from some of the scenes,
Yeah.
there's snippets, but you could see, you can see she has presence and that intensity really when she
Yeah.
acts. Looks like it is really very natural.
It's
and-
organic, very organic. She really digs from within and comes out. She cry in a heartbeat. She cry in 1 second. Next thing she's smiling,
Wow.
throwing a joke,
Wow.
and then goes back to a crying
Wow.
scene. And I'm like, wow, that's
Multi-talented,
talent.
absolutely multi-talented. But she doesn't do too many mainstream movies, right? It's really more
No.
indie films.
Yeah.
Is that by choice or is it because she's a very good-looking girl?
Yeah.
So she could easily go mainstream. Is that a choice?
I think it's just her time, not yet her time, but it's coming. It's there. She's now, I believe, in ABS-CBN doing regular shows there. I think that's will be her stepping
Yeah,
stone.
yeah.
But acting-wise, oh my God.
I mean, it's good because she's a very good-looking girl, and if she brings that talent to mainstream,
Yeah.
and I think that correct me if I'm wrong, Santiago Larrauri, that locally, when you look at mainstream, there is a lot to be desired, or
Yeah.
there is that lack of really deep.
It drops a few
intense-
notches.
It does drop a few notches, which is why your old man probably didn't like it in the first
Yeah.
place. But to have someone like Mara go there now, segue to that mainstream, and really make a mark, I think would really help your business, no?
I'm sure it would. But a lot of really fantastic actors and directors and writers that have made fantastic indie films and acted phenomenal in indie films, I've seen them also go into mainstream, and they're not as phenomenal.
What's the problem?
I think they
adjust.
They adjust them. It's not either they adjust to the production that they're doing there, or the production is telling them to adjust.
You know what I think the problem is, and this is coming from a layperson. I think with indie films, because we mentioned this, that it's like a team working as a whole. No, you have to work as a whole. I think when people come to an indie film set, everyone is on board.
Yeah.
That this is how it's got to be. Boom, boom, boom. We're artists. This is an art thing. Blah, boom, boom. But I guess when you go mainstream,
It's money. They have to think.
well,
the
you said it,
audience.
man.
Huh? It's
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
I mean, once it's mainstream, it's money. How do we sell it? How much bigger market can you get? So you choose the biggest market. And if the biggest market has that particular taste, that's what you cater to.
And I guess also maybe not everyone on board, let's say in the crew or the cast, is on board with that.
No, they're not.
With that mentality that it's
No.
got to be, this has got to be quality, it's got to be art, it's got to be, we got to do this because we love it, it's passion, boom, boom.
I love working with the ones that actually go against the grain. They're in commercial films and everything, but they act like they're not, or they at least try
Oh,
to push the
nice,
envelope
nice.
without the production noticing. I see it elevating from there, and slowly, the more they do that, the more they rebel, so to speak,
They change the
without
system.
even them knowing.
Yeah.
The production for mainstream will actually improve, and we will be international one day.
They
We
change the
will.
system.
Yeah,
They change
hopefully
the
in our
system.
lifetime we will be.
And it's good because they also change the way that, even the quality of the viewership will improve. Because
Exactly.
if people see now, hey,
Yeah.
their appreciation for movies that have depth and seriousness and things like that will increase.
I talked to foreign directors, and they explained it in this manner. We are behind by 50 years. What America was watching then, the level of quality of acting, the slapstick comedy type, was them that many years ago. It's just a natural progression. Naturally, in time, you will progress, you will change everything. We are just a bit slower to catch up. Now, with the rise of the indie film industry, which is getting acclimatized with the international
Yeah.
market more and more, understanding what the world wants to see more and more, and applying it onto the films, that's going to go faster. We're going to get there.
Nice, nice. What about locally? I mean, do you see that indie films are getting more popular with the mass market?
Oh, yeah.
Is it still just a niche, really?
Well, it's a niche at the moment.
Yeah.
There's definitely most of the guys that actually come in and produce and fund the films are doing it from the goodness of their heart. They don't really expect a return, because more often than that, there's no return to speak of.
Let's talk about Isla. I understand that you operate on a very small budget.
Yeah.
And where are you planning to release this?
Okay, that's up to the producers, really.
Yeah.
I have no say. I personally would like, since it was my first film, I'd love to see it in one of the amateur film fests at the very least, or Manila Film Festival if it reaches there, or something of that nature. But since it has a very international tinge, it might end up abroad straight
First.
away. Yeah, a foreign film
Okay.
before anything.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. It's really the producers. The producers, that's their development. I put in my creative inputs, and we finished editing it. I lock, stock, put it, submit it to them, and now it's really their department to put it in. I do hope they see it my way. I'd love to show it here.
Yeah,
as a-
yeah, absolutely.
It is my
I
first,
hope-
so technically
Fingers
it should.
crossed, fingers crossed.
Fingers
no?
crossed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Santi, we have about 3 minutes to close. Let's talk about people watching now. I mean, they're listening to your life story, beautiful life story, very fun,
Thank
and very interesting and very different, no?
Yeah.
And maybe, some of them are intrigued now. Maybe they've always wanted to get in the film industry. What advice can you give to people?
Don't quit. Don't quit. I started out as an extra. Yeah, Dead Body #1, Dead Body
Let's
number
mention the
17.
movies. You were in Platoon.
Yeah,
Born on the 4th of July. Hamburger Hill. All these
one of my
Hollywood-
first war movies. One of my first war movies. Give you an idea. One of my first war movies, which was probably my second movie ever. And I arrived on set. I was late, so I was with the cleanest uniform, and I arrived with these 50 guys in the province, and they were all dirty, haggard. They'd been there 1 week ahead of me. And the director, a famous director, I can't mention the name, comes and you come here, and I was like, that's it, I'm gonna be a star. And he goes, you get some mud from the bar, puts it in my face. You're too clean. Lie down there. Dead Body 15. That was my introduction to the world of movies.
Yeah, next time I watch Platoon or Born on the 4th of July, I'm going to look at the dead bodies. So
Yeah,
say,
look at that. That's
that kind of
probably-
looks like Santi right there. In the crater, with
Probably
50 dead bodies.
one leg sticking out of the dead pile.
No, but it is difficult. It is difficult business to be in, and bravo to you. I mean, hats off to you,
Thank you.
for being this and for really going such a long way, really, from where you started as a dead body.
Yeah.
And now,
I'm alive.
it's a difficult business. What satisfaction do you get from all this?
Well, like every artist, you see your work done. You see it in fruition. You see it grow from what it was to what it is. As you get further into the industry, back to the topic of what advice I can give them, as you get further into the industry, you have more say. The moment you gain more experience, you have more say in what you have to do. And eventually, if you've really grown enough experience and you take enough risks, because it's really a lot of risk, I can't tell you how much money I've lost making films, making projects. I haven't recovered even a portion of it back yet. But the satisfaction of being able to have the creative license to do what you want to do, there's no price tag on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maarte ka.
Martel.
Okay, Santi, before we go, any last words for the viewers?
Don't stop dreaming, guys. Just keep working at it. You'll get it. Eventually.
Santiago Larrauri, thank you for coming to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure.
Great reunion after 30 years.
Yes,
and I have
I know.
to say, wow, we have to have you again on the show. Let's talk about other aspects of the film industry, especially the indie film industry, which I'm a big fan
Lots to
of.
say about that.
Thank you, sir. Salamat
you.
po. So guys, I hope you liked our show today on filmmaking in the Philippines. Join us again next week here in the show, where we talk about what matters to you guys, because you guys matter the mostest. See you next week.